What's something that you feel like you wish that the general public knew more about people with autism?
Well, Jake would answer that by saying he would like everyone to know that he's smart. It's kind of his go-to answer, that he's smart.
Basically, that they're trapped. It's like a thief came in the night, you know, when they were children and stole them. And, you know, we had one, when he was a baby, he would sing. Now he's totally nonverbal. Basically, he is trapped inside of his own mind. He hears and understands absolutely everything that goes on around him, to the point, you know, a few years ago we had to make him stop watching the news because he would get upset. And, you know, these are things that, you know, we take for granted. You know, we may see a young man or woman and they're there. They hear what you say. They hear the good, they hear the bad. And they have very good intuition too. Jacob knows good people right off the bat. When you're
Yeah, he has an excellent sixth sense.
Yeah. He knows who's afraid of him, who he can come up to. It's a, I don't want to use the term strange, but it's a gift that he does possess.
I think that what I would like for everyone to know, the general public, is that, you know, it's important to assume competence. Don't make assumptions based on appearances. You know, our son and most of these kiddos are their bodies aren't working the way that they want them to. They know that. They're aware of that. But it's like their body, there's a disconnect between the mind and the body. And Jake will refer to autism as awful autism, because it does take away what he's thinking and what his body is portraying are two very different things. And so I think it's just important for everyone to assume competence, keep teaching our kids, whether they appear, whether they're able to give it back via verbal communication or even written communication. Just keep teaching our kids because they crave it. They crave knowledge.
He does not like it when people come up and give him any kind of a baby voice, or
it's the hi.
Yes.
Yeah, just the kind of
And I just go, oh Lord.
Yeah. Just, you know.
He's a 16-year-old man.
You know, what a 16-year-old boy. And it is.
What 16-year-old boy? You know.
Yeah. You know, he wants a high five and a hey.
Yeah, and he follows sports. He wants to talk about the Colts, and in my opinion, he tries really, really hard to the extreme of sports knowledge, and you know, Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck and on down the line, because it gives him common ground with his peers, male peers. You know, he'll sit, and he actually doesn't watch the Colts games. He'll sit to the side and listen. You know, he'll be sitting on the stairs where the TV is, and he'll sit there the whole game, and he's just listening to the game. And when they lose, he's a real bear. You know, especially if it's a game they're supposed to win. And, you know, he can be a bear the whole day from it, you know. And he may get that a little honest.
Well, I think it's also important to know that our folks have a sense of humor, just like we do. They're funny.
Mm-hmm.
They're funny, and it's okay to joke around, and you know, everything doesn't have to be serious all the time. You know?
Yeah, they want to be treated like everybody else. You know, they want to joke. They want to, you know, high five, how you doing, that type of thing. You may not get a quick answer, but that's what they desire.
Do you feel like typing is a big avenue towards being treated normally, like everyone else, or?
I think it's definitely woken, especially his peers. They know that he's there, he's inside there, and they can speak to him, and you know, he'll answer back. So you know, the typing has been huge. He would not be in regular high school classes if it was not for facilitated communication. There's no way. And my wife uses the term keeping him in our world, and facilitated communication above everything has done that.
Yeah, supported typing has kept him connected to his peers, his teachers, his environment, his community, because he grew up typing. through school. So he's always been in a full inclusion environment with his typical peers, riding the bus with those same typical peers to school every day, and it's just because the typical peers grew up with him, they don't know any different. They don't know Jake any differently. They have an acceptance that most people don't have because it's just Jake. That's how he communicates.
He's just another neighborhood kid.
So he's at somewhat of an advantage because he started so young.
I do think
I
so.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I do think so. I think he's just always been accepted. I think when you capture these kids, the students young, and it just is what it is to them, they don't ever think that there's anything different about that.
Right.
Because he just is who he is.
Right. One final question. What's your guys' favorite thing that you've learned about him through typing?
As a father, think about going through life without ever having your child tell you you love them. That when he first typed that he loved us, that is huge, you know, because you always sit there and, you know, and I feel very bad for parents out there that haven't been able to develop this skill, and I use the term skill because it is a skill. They've never heard their child say that they love them. I know there are a lot of people out there that have autistic children that they won't let them hug them, and they're nonverbal. Now, I've been blessed by God. I have a little boy that will give me a hug, will hold her hand crossing the road still, you know, and types, thanks, I love you, you know, that type of thing is so huge. To me, that's the most valuable thing.